The South African Institute of Black Property Practitioners, today on the 11th of September 2009, has hosted the 23rd annual Saibpp Convention 2019 with the theme Funding the Future. And the MC of the day, it was Teboho Mafodi from Business Day TV, host of hashtag Real Estate, who did the welcoming and gave an overview of what is Saibpp and the purpose of the day. This is the start of a 3-day annual convention that we have annually as Saibpp. The welcoming of the day was done by Mr. Andy Mguni, who's the KZN regional chairperson for Saibpp, and Kevin Roman, CEO of Moana Properties, who was also representing, or who was doing the Pareto welcome address as the sponsors of the master class that was taking place. They were the financiers or the sponsors of the day he did. So they were followed by Ubabusbusiso Mthethwa, who's the manager for certification and project as a Supply Diversity Council, who spoke about the impact of enterprise development and why it is important for big business to fund small businesses. And officially, the masterclass was started off by Andrew Walker, who's the CEO for the South African Property Investors Network, and a SAPIN representative, who gave a detailed masterclass in terms of giving us to how to get into the property, how to identify deals, and how to finance deals using other people's money.
And we're having a lot of fun here at the Saibpp conference, talking about property and education, and how to get started with property, how to move that property portfolio forward. And that's what I really love about these events. And it's not just about the education, ladies and gents, it's about networking today with all the property professionals in the room.
The panel of the day on commercial property or project finance and deal structuring was led by Karim Storm, who's the property developer and advisor on Property Point.
To align with the focus of Saibpp funding the future, one of the topics at the Saibpp convention today was a panel looking at structuring commercial property deals. We had funds, representative from an enlisted fund, private individual, quantity surveyor, and the banks. We really unpacked, firstly, what some of the fundamentals of development, looking at risk, return, how to measure it, how to decide on an investment strategy, and some of the basics of just doing a successful development.
And the last speaker of the day was Ms. Gaugelo Mamabolo, who's the director of Emerging African Property Holdings, who covered the investment overview of property as a whole in terms of the different funders that property industry has and what they look at when they look at financing a deal.
Being at the Saibpp conference today has been quite a learning time for me, especially because today one had an opportunity to learn from other industry leaders, get a sense of what is happening out there, but most importantly where the property sector is going in a couple of years to come.
No, thank you very much for having hosted this Saibpp. This really was a great event. We had the chance to learn from, I'd say, amongst the best industry professionals and the best in the market. So it's such a privilege to actually have had a chance to come here.
The first day of the 23rd annual Saibpp annual convention with the theme Funding the Future was a great success. Participants were asking questions and they were able to be empowered and educated and better informed in order to hopefully start their own businesses and get onto the property space, because it is an industry that is very wide dominated. So that's why it is important as Saibpp to really influence individuals so that they become part of the transformation agenda to get more black players and particularly women into the property space.